Hello, I'm Mike Boyajian, and I'm going to be doing another video on some of my upcoming books that are on hold because of my hand injury, which is improving, but it still needs rest. I'm looking maybe by the end of the year getting back to typing away just to be on the safe side. But today I want to touch on, go back to, I've been doing the Buddhist book for a while. Now I want to go back to the Bibliophile book, which title is Readers, Writers, or Bibliophiles, Mike and Jerry's Life with Books. And we have a very large book collection here, different areas of interest, and every book on Jerry's bookcases have been where they were from the day that she passed away. They have not been touched. I may have added some books in there, but otherwise they were not touched. And what I want to talk about today is Jerry and I met in our last year at Stony Brook University, and funny, we met on a train. We had gone out on a date sometime earlier, but we met on a train, and that's when we started dating. The train to Stony Brook. But while I was at Stony Brook, I took a course called Chinese Intellectual History, taught by a Professor Lee. And people say how difficult Stony Brook was, and it was a very difficult school. My friend Bill, who was an art major, calculated that he, even as an art major, had to read like 600 pages a day. I mean, really, they really loaded the work on. But what also made it hard is that the courses were, not your run-of-the-mill, courses like Chinese Intellectual History. I took South African history before anyone knew what the heck apartheid was. What an eye-opener that course was. And, comparative literature, which was English translations of, foreign classics, Kafka, Tolstoy, etc. And whatchamacallit. Anyhow, so I took Chinese Intellectual History, and, it stretched my brain. I mean, you're raised at that time American history. That's it. This is it. World history, just a bit. And as everyone knows today, African American history or history of people of color near zero. But anyhow, but that was the good thing about Stony Brook. South African history, Chinese Intellectual History, very good. And anyhow, it was a tough course. It stretched my mind, gave it a workout. And boy, I learned a lot. The Confucianism, Neo-Confucianism, Taoism, the legalist, Buddhist, all the great teaching practices of China from the beginning, from the first dynasty forward. Anyhow, fast forward years later, and Jerry and I are living in the city, and we see that the CUNY Graduate Center is offering a free weekend course on Chinese Intellectual History. So we took it. Basically, it was the same framework, maybe with some updated insights, having decades, gone decades beyond the course I took. More and fresh information had been found. So anyhow, somehow, after Jerry's passing, I got it in my head, probably from her presence, to get our ancient Chinese history books out of a dusty corner here in the living room where they can't be seen, and put them in a prominent place on one of the new bookcases. So I hauled them out, set them up. They look good. Then I said, well, let me see. I said, let me get some Chinese photography or artwork around here. And again, that's my cat, Percy. He loves doing these interviews with me. He's also my editor when I'm typing up, working on my manuscripts. He'll sit with me. Anyhow, I have a photograph that I blew up from the terracotta warrior exhibition at the Met. And it's the best warriors, the guy kneeling. And then I also had in this hallway that comes out of the front door, and also in that hallway I have Jerry has had a I don't know if it's a real or a replica, but it looks real, a Chinese landscape painting. And the reason I say it looks real is because it's very faded, and, you know, it looks real. Anyhow, but I didn't want to move those. They were nice positions in the hallway, and they were too big for the wall where I put the Chinese books. So I ordered some of my own photographs, 5x7s with nice frames. I have something from the Zhou Dynasty, which I loved. It's my favorite Asian piece from the Met. It's a showcase of bronze bronze cooking ware or teaware. Very strong looking. It's very beautiful. It's just beautiful. And I also took a photograph of one of their Chinese landscape paintings with the red stamp in the right corner, and then a porcelain Ming Dynasty plate. And I put those above the bookcase where the ancient China books are lined up. And anyhow, that's just part of our life with books. Anyhow, talk to you later.